Hello guys, it's Justin from that Intamin Guy bringing you another episode of my new series Anatomy of the Thrill. For this episode, I will be covering the Son of Beast, the defunct wooden roller coaster at Kings Island. And yes, I know that I talked about a good portion of Son of Beast while I was talking about The Beast in my previous episode. And since I talked about a good portion of Son of Beast history-wise, I figured I might as well feature it on my Anatomy of the Thrill series just to get it out of the way. And also, I just got done talking about The Beast, so I figured I might as well get its successor out of the way. Or just do a standalone video on Son of Beast. Anyways, let's waste no more time and get started. Now, Son of Beast was a record-breaking wooden roller coaster located at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. With it being built by the now-defunct manufacturer Roller Coaster Corporation of America, the ride would then open to the general public on May 26, 2000. And on top of that, it was themed as a sequel to one of the park's other signature attractions, The Beast. Also, in addition to breaking the world record for speed on a wooden roller coaster, Son of Beast opened as the world's first wooden hypercoaster. With a 218-foot hill, a 214-foot drop, it would also be the second wooden roller coaster to feature an inversion. Now, in 1997, the Roller Coaster Corporation of America would discuss with Kings Island of building the world's first wooden hypercoaster. Kings Island then announced to build the Son of Beast on May 11, 1999. Also, as a part of a marketing campaign, Kings Island would then set a box next to a footpath within the park. Beastly growling and snarling noises came from inside the box as it shook violently. During the ride's announcement, the box was then revealed to the audience along with a model of the roller coaster, along with a list of 7 world records that would be broken once the ride came into operation. Unfortunately, problems plagued the ride from the start, and as a result, Paramount, the park's then owner, fired Roller Coaster Corporation of America before construction was completed. The park would then have to make several design corrections during Son of Beast's inaugural season. The ride originally operated with 3 trains, all designed by Premier Rides. The capacity was 6 cars for a total capacity of 36 riders per train. The trains would then be shortened to 5 cars just before the start of the 2006 season. On July 9, 2006, a structural failure occurred on the first double helix section of the ride, which created a bump in the track, which caused the train to come to a complete abrupt stop. 27 injuries were reported at the accident, and rescue units were required to evacuate the riders. None of the injuries suffered by the riders were life-threatening. The day after, a park did an inspection on the ride and stated that the accident was caused by a crack or split in the wooden support structure. The ride would be shut down for an extended period of time, while the park had State of Ohio come in to complete a full investigation. The repairs were finished, but the State of Ohio asked for extensive testing time to ensure that the accident would not happen again. The park basically indicated that the ride will remain closed for the remainder of the season and would not reopen until at least the 2007 season. 2 trains designed by Gerstlauer from the demolished Hurricane Category 5 coaster at the Myrtle Beach Pavilion were then purchased by Kings Island to serve as lighter replacements for the original trains. The lighter trains were reused to reduce the overall load that would have to be withstood by the wooden support structure. The vertical loop was also removed during this time to ensure that the lighter trains would complete a full circuit. Then eventually, on July 4, 2007, Son of Beast eventually reopened to the general public after being shut down for almost a year. Then eventually, on June 16, 2009, a woman claimed to have suffered a head injury while riding the Son of Beast during her visit to the park on May 31, 2009, but she did not report this incident to Kings Island officials until June 16th. Son of Beast was shut down as a precaution, and an investigation would shortly follow. And during the investigation, there were no irregularities found within the ride, but despite the findings, the Son of Beast would never reopen. The ride will remain standing but not operating for the next few years, and then eventually on July 27, 2012, Kings Island announced that Son of Beast would be removed from the park. Demolition began in September 2012, and then the last bit of Son of Beast came down in November 2012. The space that Son of Beast once occupied is now occupied by their new B&M Invert Banshee. Jesus, that was a long history portion. Anyways, discussing the ride experience or layout, The riders left the station into a 51-foot left-hand drop. You went into a series of short hills before turning into the 218-foot tall lift hill. After cresting the 218-foot tall lift hill, you then exited into a left-hand turn, arrive at the drop, and then you plummeted into this 214-foot tall drop. Then you went to this 70-degree bank turn to your right. Then you plummeted 168 feet into a double helix, which was a 540-degree helix, yes. And then you went into the mid-course brake run, dropped into a straight section of track, which is where the vertical loop used to be prior to 2006. You then went into another double helix. You then went into another series of airtime hills and turns before you finally hit the brakes after a 2-minute and 20-second ride. Now, in terms of ratings and receptions from the general public about this coaster, I really don't see very many opinions on it now that it's gone, but from what I know, this coaster, it was either a really big hit for some people or it was a really big miss for it being rough and whatnot. Much like its father, but for different reasons. But one thing I do know for sure is that a lot of people enjoy Banshee more than they did Son of Beast. I have to say, it's a shame to see a coaster like this go. I mean, it was a really unique coaster with it being the tallest and fastest wooden coaster in the world and whatnot. But as long as park guests are happy, I guess that's all that matters. Just sometimes you have to take a step back to take a step forward. Anyways, that does it for this episode of Anatomy of the Thrill. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And I will see you guys in my next video, wherever that is. But until then, ride on.